The great things about this format, we control it.
Caravan in particular, the one that had a man who had been accused of killing people as a centerpiece and somehow representative of everyone in the caravan. You've seen Fox, CNN, and others pull that ad off the air as a racist ad. So I think that this is interesting to me because for the most part, Democrats have run on the issues, especially health care. But what you're seeing now is that more and more people are saying, you know what, it's about who we are. As you heard President Obama, former President Obama say, it's about who we are as Americans. Who do we want to be? Our character.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely bringing up character in the late hours of the campaign, Dana. And Juan said, you know, you can really get a read on what people are going to think. I'm not so sure. I think we have some sound of Nate Silver, famous political prognosticator, giving a very, very wide stretch of possibility about what could happen Tuesday. Let's listen to him.
Our range, which covers 80% of outcomes, goes from, on the low end, about 15 Democratic pickups all the way up to low to mid 50s, 52 or 53. Most of those are above 23, which is how many seats they would need to take the House. But no one should be surprised if they only win 19 seats, and no one should be surprised if they win 51 seats. Those are both extremely possible based on how accurate polls are in the real world.
It's like the weatherman. He's saying, you know, tomorrow's going to be 80 and sunny, but it's a possibility it could be cold and rainy.
I think it's actually easier to predict the weather than to predict election outcomes. Even if they're the extremes, what he was talking about, like the Republicans hold the House or the Democrats sweep it with like 50 seats, both of those, there's a chance. There's smaller chances. There's probably going to be something in between. I do think also that the gubernatorial races are super important. The Republicans have dominated in the states for so long, like maybe 12 years, and politics cycle, and so it looks like the Republicans are going to lose several of those governorships, and the ones to really watch, I think, for if you're thinking about President Trump's reelection, Florida and Ohio, because 2020 you do the census and you do redistricting, that will have a big impact.
All right, Greg, one day to go. You look very excited.
I am thrilled, and cold. I want to go back to what Martha said. I do feel like the Democrats are cramming for a final. They're all hopped up on Ritalin and coffee because they don't have a message. This is what the Democrats are faced with: an economic boom, GDP, wages, jobs, policy, almost the destruction of ISIS. It'll take some time. Progress with North Korea. We're seeing progress on trade. We're seeing Supreme Court, 2 justices. We're Keystone. We've forgotten about Keystone. We're rebuilding the military. There's consumer confidence. There's optimism. There's worker productivity. Any one of these singularly as an achievement is something you could run on. The problem with Trump is he's got too many good things. And so all the Dems have is hate. They're the party of hate. And they don't just hate Trump. They hate everybody who supports Trump. And that's what you have to remember when you go to the polls, that they actually despise you. You know, it's kind of sad. In a weird way, it's a tribute to Trump. He's like a supervillain. And he's bringing out Bloomberg, Obama, Biden, celebrities. They're like the super friends. They have to get together to fight this one guy.